There's a difference between knowing how to design and knowing about design. Everybody will design in some way, and some people will do it quite specifically through their disciplines. The point of our course is try to give you enough background on design and the design process to make you design literate. That means to be able to read and understand design out there in the world. So in order to do this, talk about why design literacy might be important. We'll first talk about why design matters, and we'll talk about the usefulness or the utility of having some sort of sense of design literacy. Design matters because design is everywhere, and everything around us is designed. Design is a way of engaging the world. It's a creative problem-solving process that results in real things that satisfy very specific needs. So this isn't just about abstract ideas. It's not also about being frivolous. It's actually about solving problems and making real things that either work or don't work out there in the world. And most importantly, design matters because it is forward-looking. It creates the ought to be. It invents the future in the way that we wish it can be. So rather than receiving someone else's vision, we are enabled to make our own future. In the past, change and invention were based in large part on science and in engineering advances. And these were cases where well-structured and routine processes worked well. But today, our economic and social and political and ecological challenges require something other than these routine responses. Today, what we need are agility, inventiveness, a kind of design thinking, and non-routine approaches to messy problems. These allow us to adapt to our changing world and to invent new things. And luckily, our understanding of design has shifted from a largely visual and formal practice to one where the skills of the designer are being applied to these kinds of unconventional, messy, complex problems. So design has come a long way from being a formal field to being really a way of engaging the world. So Nigel Cross, who's written a lovely book called Designerly Ways of Knowing, has identified 5 broadly useful aspects of design. The first is that design allows you to tackle ill-defined problems in the real world. So these are the sorts of problems that you face in everyday life, as opposed to the sorts of well-structured problems that you encounter in a classroom situation. Second is that design gives you a solution-focused mode of problem solving. So this means that you are making and actively testing solutions, not just analyzing or hoping that analysis will enable you to solve the problem. It looks forward, it does, and it comes back to the problem itself. Third is that design is a constructive or maybe a productive way of engaging the world, of thinking and making and creating change by doing. And this gives you the confidence and the ability to make deliberate change happen in the world. Design also gives you an ability to translate abstract requirements into concrete objects. So this is the idea that there are problems which may not yet have solutions and which may not be so well defined, but it would be your job at the end of the day to come up with a thing that answers that problem. And just as importantly, designers tend to do this in primarily nonverbal ways. So designers, it turns out, will include things like drawing and sketching and modeling, but what this is really about is the capacity to imagine in a deliberate and a productive way, to visualize the not yet existing. And this is a skill that we'll try to work on during the course of this semester as well. And finally, designers have an ability to perceive and to create the material culture of the world. That is, everything that's around us. And once we understand how those things are made, the processes through which they are created, it'll give us more insight into why things are the way that they are, and the freedom then to engage to change them. So, in summary, the advantages of being design literate are that it gives you the power to really see the world and why it is the way that it is. It enables you to be active rather than passive in the world. And it gives you the capacity to enact deliberate change in the world to make it the way that you think it ought to be, either directly yourself or together with others.